Hey, Palmonia Gordon, welcome to this episode of Shift. Interesting topic. What happens when you quit? Hi, my name is Palmonia Gordon. I'm your host. Thank you for joining us today as we talk about where we are in our life. That's what Shift is designed to do, to share. Shift stands for simply helping the individual to find their truth, their true talent, their true passion, their true purpose. And we do it by sharing our talks, by showing our thoughts, by sharing our stories, by being together and meeting, changing, hoping that we can impact each other as we go through our journey. Now, quit. For those of you who don't know, I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm a mom of five. I did over 23 years at the post office before I picked up my bag to go to work one day, and the thought of going postal really made sense. I used to get to work, pull up outside, and then I take up my cell phone, call my union rep and say, I'm sitting outside in my car and I don't want to go into work. So for me, I had to get to a place of shifting, doing tiny things that would keep me going, keep me motivated, get me through the day, because I had to be a mom for my kids. My last two are what we call Irish twins. That means they were born less than a year apart. One was born November, and then the other one turned 1 in December. So I'm also known as the acronym lady. And what that means is I like to take the word and I break it down in what I call bite-sized pieces. So quit, I actually did that in an acronym. And when we quit, what we actually do is we quantify the unexpected incidents to make them true. So when we don't meet our goals, maybe because we didn't do enough activity, we quantify it and we goes, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this business. When we miss the bus, because we didn't get up early, we didn't plan ahead, we quantify and say, well, maybe I'm not supposed to go into work today because. So quit means we quantify unexpected incidents to make them true. They're not really true, but we quantify it. We reason it out and we make it make sense and we make it acceptable. This is going to shock you, but I've quit on myself. Not intentionally, but because I didn't know. Which is one of the reasons why I do what I do here on Shift. I choose to be real. I'm hoping it is relevant and that the connection happens, which I have gotten feedback from people saying whether it's well-timed, whether one lady, how much, it was the first message that had touched her in a long time, and having to face her truth. So people are connecting in different ways, but I want us to pay attention to what happens when you quit. When we quit, what we're doing is shutting down the receiving station. Or if you had listened to my message the other day about the heart, what does your heart want? So when we quit, we're actually saying, I'm not listening to that little voice anymore that's telling me to do this or telling me to do that. We're shutting down that receiving station, right? That's where your thoughts, your dreams, your blueprint, who you are, the core of you speak to you. And you says, okay, now I'm going to deactivate. Not listening. No. Literally, that's what we try to do. Now, to put it another way, it's taking a step back and we're saying, okay, now I'm going to disengage. So it's almost like you're standing outside your body watching everything happen around you and you're not involved. Some people behave like that if they've been in a trance, if they've ever been traumatized. You hear stories of people who got shot, had this neighbor back home that got shot, and he got up and he fight off the two gunmen. And when they left, he collapsed, and that's when he realized he had a bullet in his head. Right? But when we take that step back and we disengage, what happens is it's like an airplane. The autopilot kicks in. So you're still being guided. You're still being directed. You're still on course, so to speak. The challenge is because you have chosen to disengage by quitting, the downloads and the feeds and the messages that's coming in from your heart, you're not being receptive to it. And if you're not receiving the message clearly, it's going to warp the direction and the path and the outcome that's in store for you. What I would love for you to do is take a minute. I like putting pen to paper. I'm sure you guys realize that by now. And I want you to write, what are the reasons why you would quit? What are the reasons that you choose to quantify the unexpected activity? See, quantifying it is one thing to say, you know, this happens because X, Y, and Z. But when you accept them, these incidents, to make them true, to say, yeah, that's because, I wasn't supposed to go there. For those of you who don't know, I am an outside the box thinker. I'm an outside the box doer. I'm just an outside the box altogether. And I believe that all things work together for good. Everything that happens in your life, it doesn't matter how bad it is. It's all a part of the plan that's designed to get you to where you are today. If you had not experienced what you experienced back then, the shift would have no impact for you because you wouldn't be the person that you are today. So write down why you have chosen to quantify unexpected incidents and make them true. And then I want you to erase them. Because if that's not your truth, if you had listened to your heart, if you hadn't listened to that episode, go back and do the one that talks about what does your heart want. And put that down so you can hear what your heart wants. Because when you know what your heart wants, you can't quit. It's like laying down at nights and having all the programs and activities flow through your head of the things that you want to do. And sometimes you just have to get out of bed and get it done because it won't allow you to sleep in. It won't allow you to rest until you get it done. So quit? No way. Someone say quit, you go never. Because I will not quantify unexpected incidents in my life to make them true. I was born to win. I was born to soar. I was born to be different. I was born to shift. Are you gonna make that a part of what you say and do and become daily? Remember, shift is like the hand, the hour hand, the minute hand, and the second hand on the clock. The second hand has to do 60 tiny moves before the minute hand can do one move. And then the minute hand has to do 60 tiny moves again before the hour hand can do one move. Are you going to choose to shift, whether right or whether left, but shift and never, ever quit? Because quitters never win, winners never quit. Palmonia, I love you. See you next time as we shift into our greatness, shift into our truth, shift into our passion, our stories, our talent, shift and cause a ripple around the world. I love you. See you next time.